Hey man, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Big D with my video, man. Am I excited for Black Ops 7? A little bit. New game. You know, I'm an actual gamer. You know what I'm saying? Am I excited for Battlefield 6? Yeah, because I'm an actual gamer. I'm not, oh no, it's gonna make me purchase Battlefield 6 even more. I'm not that, it's early in the video. I'm not that, let's say slow. I'm not that slow. But we're gonna see the guns that's in the game already. I realized the Remington is in this game. One thing I'm gonna tell y'all this one thing right now. They said it was 30 guns in the game. We already know 14 of them, or like 16. It was either 16 or 14 of them. This gonna be a nostalgia game. What you mean by that? Remember, it's a prequel. It's a sequel to Black Ops 2, one of the greatest. You feel me? Right next to BO3. But this is a sequel to Black Ops 2. I think the MSC is coming. I think MC is coming back. I ain't gonna lie. The Remington's in the game. We already got the Rampart. It's gonna be a collection of guns that was in previous CODs, like 4, 3, 2. I don't know about Cold War. Actually, yeah, Cold War, because when season 1 dropped, that's when all the guns that dropped last year, like they're not gonna remake the Saw because why the Saw was in last year. That's the one reason I ain't gonna lie, I ain't think them guns was coming over, but I'm glad them guns coming over because they dropped the LC10, the FAMAS, it's more. Craig, they dropped all them guns last year, so I'm glad they're coming over. But yeah, think of it, it's gonna be a nostalgia. So we're gonna see the guns that's in the game right now. I know the Remington's in the game. Let's get to
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to talk about all the information that we know in terms of the upcoming Black Ops 7 weapons. So there's a total of 30 weapons that will be available first day of.
If you don't know what this gun is right here, what gun this is,
the upcoming Black Ops 7 weapon.
That long. If you don't know what this gun is, if you go, I'll do it right now. What? All 2 guns. If you don't know what that gun is, that's not a new gun. Don't. It's this gun right here. Where is it? I don't know. It's right here. It's this one. This gun right here. It's a shotgun. When you shoot it, do. You spin it. You know what I'm saying? Well, do spin. Well, how many is it? 3 or 4? It's like, I think it's like 3. One more, then you spin, because you see. You know what I'm saying?
And so there's a total of 30 weapons that will be available first day of launch of the game. And they did showcase quite a couple of them. There's a lot of returning and classic ones. And today we're going to talk about all of them and showcase some early footage. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, a quick reminder, yesterday I went over the Black Ops 7 beta, how you can get yourself an early access code, the details that we know about it, the release date, and the download. I'll have that link down in the description, but let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So this is officially confirmed. There will be a total of 30 weapons that will be available on day 1 of Black Ops 7, meaning that the mastery camos and all of that are going to be for 30 different weapons. I do have all the categories and the number of weapons and all that, which I'll talk about in just a second. But what's very important is they've actually split these weapons into 2 categories. So the first category is going to be 16 weapons that have never been added in a Call of Duty title in the past. So they're being introduced for the very first time in Black Ops 7. And then the other 14 that we have, these are going to be the returning classics. And they said the classics are going to be from both Black Ops 4 as well as Black Ops 2. So they're basically splitting it. They're giving the people who want to see original.
No Banshee? Come on, man. Add the Banshee back, man. That took skill. Add the Banshee back. That's the only one I want, is the Banshee. Just add the Banshee. But I understand. This is right before Black Ops 4. Like, what, 10 years, right? I don't know. But yeah, 10 years after Black Ops 4. Man, add Black Ops 3 guns in here, man. Add the Banshee. Y'all got the can. All type of, you feel me? But let's get to
content, and they want to see new stuff. 16 new weapons. The people who want to see the classics and the remasters, 14 new weapons. Now, here's how these weapons are split into the different categories. So Modern Warzone posted, and he said there's going to be a total of 6 assault rifles, and we actually have code names for these. So Reality UK ended up finding these a while ago, and they actually corroborate with what he was saying. So for example, assault rifles, he says Falcon, Hawk, Vulture, Condor, Eagle, and Kite. Now, what's actually interesting is a lot of these, because we believe they're code names and they're not going to be the name of weapons, you don't really know what they're going to be, right? But then he said that according to the direct, a lot of the names that they're using in the code names are actually the weapon's in-game name. For example, with the ARs we just listed, one of them is called the Eagle, and in game there's a weapon called Eagle, and you won't believe what it is. It's actually the Rampart from Black Ops 4, and this was confirmed based on the creators that were invited early to play Black Ops 7. They had limited access to the amount of weapons, so they didn't get to play with all 30 of them, and we don't have a name for every single one of them, but they did confirm a couple. So for example,
I'm glad they had it. We had MW2 don't count. That game was butt. We need a good, actually, that TAC 56 was the best gun in the game. Hopefully for rank, I want rank players to have more access to weapons, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all only get to play with 2 guns. I want y'all to have like at least 5 guns in each category to pick from, bro. That's what I want.
The Eagle AR being the Rampart, and then the M8A1 AR coming back, but they don't tell us exactly what its new name is, so it could literally be any of the ones like our Falcon, Vulture, Condor, any of those. And then Modern Warzone continues. So with SMGs, there's a total of 6 SMGs that are going to be coming in, and Reality showcases the code names. We have Zebra, Orca, Otter, Puma, Cobra, and Komodo. There's also 3.
I think Cobra is that black one. The one that you reload under, I think that's the
3 marksman rifles, and those are Scotia, Omen, and Kara. And then there's 3 different shotguns. You'll notice here there's actually 4 shotguns being listed. So Husky, Akita, Corso, and Zetron Akita. Zetron Akita is probably zombies related, so maybe like a wonder weapon. And then he goes on to say that there's going to be 3 pistols. In this case, we have Atlas, Timir, Orion, and then Zetron ray gun. That's obviously the ray gun for zombies. Yep. And then going on, we have 2 LMGs. And then for those, we have the Hades.
The Hades. Fuck. Y'all don't add that dumbass barrel? If it's the gun I'm thinking of, y'all gonna add that dumbass under...
The Zeus, and then there's also some sort of zombies LMG, and then for the launchers there's a total of 2 as well, and there's Fang, Polis, and the others are for zombies. And then going on, there's 2 melee weapons, which Reality UK doesn't mention. Now that we've listed every weapon that will be available, let's go through the ones that we actually saw within the trailer and the classics that are going to be returning. First off, we have the Vault Edition. This one clearly shows that there's a total of 5 new weapons. So the Peacekeeper officially confirmed as one of the first weapons. The Mastercraft obviously changes the way that the weapon is built and looks, so don't judge it based on what you see here with the blueprint. They did show the original version, and it looks more a 1-in-1 of the classics.
This ain't gonna lie, this site right here, I've been missing this damn site, bro. This Elo, I missed that shit, bro. We ain't had one since when? We ain't had one in Vanguard, you know that game. Wait, actually we did have one in Vanguard, so I'll take that back. Did we have one in Cold War? I don't know. I don't think we had one in NW2, NW3. Damn. Definitely had one in 2019. I missed that shit, man.
That we had same colors, the same sort of style, and we got inspec animations for it and what it sort of looks like with different barrels, attachments, stocks, and things like that, but it still keeps that original look. The second weapon that we have, this one is known as the Dravik 45, and as far as I know, a lot of people were saying that this may be one of the newer weapons. So it says here that it is a very unusual P90-like mag on the bottom from some of the gameplay footage in the blog, similar to some real conversions for the Keltec P50, and can be given more traditional P19 Bison-like magazines going off. And other than the Vault Edition, we also have an image of what the original weapon looks like without any of the weapon blueprints or changes that the Vault Edition did to it. And the next one we have is the Flatline MK2, which is one of the original weapons, it seems like. So this looks like a shock baton. And I don't think we've ever gotten to get one of these in Call of Duty before, so may be labeled as one of the original ones. And this is one of the 2 melee weapons that's going to be available at launch with the game. Now, the next one that we have, this is called the VS Recon. Now, you may not notice it at first when you look at this image, but this is actually the DSR. So this is an OG classic making its way back. We do have images of what the
if the ballistic don't come back... Oh. If the ballistic don't come back, it's coming back as seasons, man. And in the seasons, it's coming back.
DSR looks like, and we have like an inspec showcasing. So this is what it looks like without, you know, the Mastercraft and the changes and the looks to it. And the last one we have is the M10 Breacher. Now this one I really don't have much information on. It looks like it could potentially be a marksman rifle. I haven't been able to find any more additional information other than this image that we have here. Anyways, let's go over the entire list and showcase all of the weapons that we've seen so far. So credit to J. Fran Mar over on Reddit, but he listed the first one in terms of ARs. You have the M8A1, which this is pretty obvious. They've shown an image of that, and it was confirmed that creators got to play with it. Then we have the Eagle. That is the new version of the Rampart 17 from BO4. The next one we have, this is like a M4 AR-15 sort of assault rifle. Looks like a M27 successor is what he's saying, and it has the same sort of rifle. We don't have a name for it, and we don't know exactly what it could be, so if you have details on that, comment it down below. Then we also have the M10 Breacher, which we've talked about, and then the next AR, which looks to be like the Maddox. I don't know if it actually is, but
I didn't even realize that the Maddox, that shit was busted too. This remember, pre-versions. This is right before Black Ops 4. Pre-versions.
Definitely looks very similar to it, so that could potentially be it. It was a bullpup weapon, and it looks very similar to this one. And then the last one that we have, this one looks to be the KN44. I don't know if it actually is or it isn't, but it sort of looks like it. So just take this information with a grain of salt, but definitely looks like it to me. And then going on to the SMG. So we have the Peacekeeper MK1. We've already talked about that. We have the Dravik 45. We've talked about that one already, and we got to see, the look of it within the game. And then we also have the Puma SMG, which looks similar to the BO4 Cordite as well as the BO2 PDW57. And these are images that we've seen in the past before and what they're showing now. This weapon looks to be like an energy SMG. Not entirely sure what this could be. This could also be one of the original weapons that they plan on introducing, but
nigga, that's the Vector. That's the Vector. I was about to say the Ripper from Black Ops. I say Black Ops. Ghost. That might be the Vector. A Vector upgrade. That might be a Vector.
Looks compact, and he also mentions that the muzzle suggests that it could be some form of an energy weapon. And then the last one we have looks to be like the Jackal PDW, just from the way that it sort of looks, or the Jeopard PDW like design. As for the marksman rifles, we have this one, which looks like the MK14 EBR, sort of exactly like it. Also shown within like the campaign trailer. Someone was holding onto it with a super long barrel just to indicate that it is a marksman rifle. And then going on to the sniper rifles, because there was only one marksman rifle that we were able to find here. But for the snipers, we have the VS Recon, which is the DSR, and we've talked about this one in the past already. And then as for the second one, it's unknown, but this also looks like a form of some sort of like sniper. It looks built big enough for a sniper. But anyways, the next thing that we have here is the shotguns. So we have the Echo 12. This was revealed in the actual gameplay and the blog itself, but it's basically like the MX Guardian, and this is what it looks like from the image. And then we have the next one. This is like the Benelli M4. Futuristic shotgun, and we see that within the zombie section of the blog. And then the last one that we have, this one was also shown in the footage during the direct for the campaign, and they shot a couple of bullets, and it's like a futuristic shotgun. And it honestly could be the same as the other one that we saw from the zombies image. But going on to the LMGs, this first one here looks like a regular traditional LMG, so I really don't know what the name of it is or what it's going to be, but this is just one of them. And then another one, fairly similar, looks like a typical, maybe like the Hammer or something like that, but it looks like a regular LMG as well. And they mentioned that one of them is labeled as the MK78, so one of these two shotguns is going to have that name. As for the handguns, a couple of them were shown. The Cap, this is a returning classic. Pretty obvious that this is going to be the Cap, but the next one we have is the TAC 45. We've talked about that. They also did like the inspect and the showcasing of that weapon, so it was pretty obvious that that is the TAC 45 officially back. And then the next one we have, or the last one, is the Orion. So a traditional classic pistol looking very similar, and they're calling it the Orion, so I'm guessing that's the name that they're going to be using. And then as for the launchers, they ended up showcasing one of them. So this is what one of them looked like within like the inspect that they showcase. So it's like a big bulky type of launcher. And then the last one is called the Polis, and it's going to be an energy based launcher, confirmed through the content creators that got to play the game, but we don't have an image of that one. And then as for the last thing that we have, the melee, which is the Flatline MK2. That's the one that we got to see from the Vault Edition. So these are all the weapons that we've seen so far that we were able to list. Other people made their own sort of list to them. So someone focused a little more on the classics, and he listed all of the ones that he saw. So TAC 45, the Cap 40, B23Rs. So the Orion pistol may be the B23Rs, and then the Rampart, the ICR. So one of the ARs that we talked about could potentially be the ICR, the KN44 that I did mention, the DSR, the PDW 57. For one of the SMGs, he thinks it's the Pharaoh. We also have the Peacekeeper, the M8A1, the M1216, the Scorpion Evo, and the Maddox. And he listed a total of 14.
So nobody gonna say nothing about the Remington, bro? What about the Remington, my nigga? Purple shotgun, nigga? Like, yeah, come on now, like.
15 of these. So if his list is 100% correct.
It's 100% correct. That's the purple shotgun, I bet. The best shotgun in that goddamn game. Where is that? Where is that? Oh, y'all sucking. Where is that? That might be this gun. I'm not gonna lie. This gotta come back in some fashion, please. Need it. Just need it. Where that purple shotgun at, man? Bro, no, bro. This is Modern Warfare 3, bro. Here it go. I said the Remington, but that's what gun that is, bro. I might be drunk, or he probably put that shit in there. Shabay. Let me know what gun y'all want coming back. I ain't gonna lie. I want the MP7 coming back, bro. We ain't had that in 2 years, man. Come on. Hit me with it. But I'm out here Scarlight shit.